take a look at the end of this book that we've been reading, Arctic Animals. Just take a look at it. Think about what you think this part is trying to tell us. Okay, why don't you turn to your partner and tell them? You can share with Conrad. Okay, all eyes on me. I heard some things like that there's too much trash, that people don't care about bears. Israel, please, I want your eyes on me. Okay. I heard also that this might be the conclusion of the book because it's at the end, right? I have a list here of the things that we have been working on in our books, in our nonfiction books all about animals. And this part at the end is our conclusion. It's titled A Fragile World. So I'm going to read it very quickly. And you guys think about what the author is trying to tell us in this conclusion. The Arctic ecosystem is different from the ecosystems of more southerly regions. There are fewer species of animals because only a few species are able to withstand long periods of freezing cold and total darkness. Battling severe winter blizzards and changes in the environment is not the only challenge facing these animals, however. They must now also cope with pollution. Winds carry polluted air north from southern mines and factories. Harmful substances such as metal dust work their way into the food chain. Animals browsing for food on the ground or drinking surface water take in these pollutants and pass them on to the creatures that eat them. The severe cold does not allow bacteria to break down litter that is thrown onto the tundra. Garbage that would decay in several months in more southern areas could take many years to decay in the Arctic. Any big or sudden changes to the few species that exist in the Arctic can cause whole populations to decline or die off. The whole world must care about the Arctic because once it is spoiled, this natural area and its wildlife will be gone forever. The Arctic belongs to you, too. Learn more about it and make others understand the importance of preserving one of our last wilderness areas and its animals. So, what do you think the author was trying to tell us with this conclusion? Mega?
I think the author was trying to tell us that the bear is not supposed to live in a hot weather, but in a cold weather.
Okay. You got that information from the picture, right? Did you listen to what I was saying? What did the author say? Yes?
That people do not care for the polar bears and they just litter, which makes it hard for animals that eat bears to survive.
Okay. That's very good. So some animals are having trouble surviving because people are ruining the Arctic. Yeah. And why is that important to us? We don't live in the Arctic. Honorine?
I think it is important to us because maybe that the animals help us live, or don't like going to the zoo and they can take them to the zoo. And if they die, well, they won't be any fun because the zoo is fun.
Okay. Kutsa?
It's important because you have to take care of any country because it's the environment.
It's important because we have to take care of the environment. Very good. Do you want to add something to that, Israel? Do you agree?
Yes, but I found a new word.
Okay.
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Okay. So the author is trying to tell us a little bit about the Arctic, how there's very few species that live there, right? We talked about that in the introduction as well. And then it gives us a little message, like we should really care about the Arctic because it's also important to us, okay? So I'm going to start writing my conclusion about my animal. Do you remember what my animal was? Muskrats. I'm going to write my conclusion. Will you guys help me out? Honorine, do you want to say something?
Before I didn't know what a conclusion was, but now I know because I listened to the conclusion and now I think that it's like the lesson.
Yeah, very good. It tells you, excuse me, it reviews a little bit of what the book was about and then it gives you a lesson that you must have learned. Okay? So it reminds you a lesson that you learned. So that's what I want to do in my conclusion. So I'm going to start by saying muskrats are very interesting animals because they are unique. Yeah, because remember I said they were very different than rats and mice, but they're right. They were bigger. Unique is special. Okay? What else can I say about what we've learned? Do you remember my categories were babies, habitat.
Physical character.
Let's raise our hand. Margaret?
Muskrats love water, but they're not fish.
Okay. They love water, but they're not fish. So that's a specific example. So maybe we can say it in general terms. What can we say? Maybe something about the habitat? Yes, Nisha?
Physical characteristics.
Physical characteristics. So I can say maybe we learned about their habitat, physical characteristics. What else did we learn about? Israel? Their diet. Very good. And their babies. Okay? Oh yeah. Okay, so I've already reviewed what we learned about. Now, let's see a lesson, just like this one. We wrote a lesson here. The Arctic belongs to you. Others understand. Learn more about it and make others understand the importance of preserving one of our last wilderness areas and its animals. How can I teach a lesson at the end of my conclusion? I've already told my reader exactly what we covered in a little review of a sentence. I'd like to have another sentence with a lesson. Lois?
In some lakes, people pollute it, so we should stop polluting.
Okay. Maybe we can put, we should take care
Of our government.
We should take care of our wilderness. So the muskrats don't lose their habitats. So I put muskrats are very interesting animals because they are unique. we learned about their habitat, physical characteristics, their diet, and their babies. We should take care of our wilderness so the muskrats don't lose their habitats. We want to preserve muskrats in their natural surroundings. What do you guys think? I did a little review of what we learned, and then I put a message for my reader. Yeah? Okay, so today we're going to work on our own conclusions. Read through your book and think about what you've taught your reader. And in a sentence or two, remind them everything they've learned about your animal. And then write a sentence telling them a lesson. Something that they should remember. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All eyes on me. Thumbs up if we're ready. Can you tell me what you have so far?
Over here, we learned about a fierce white dog called a fox. We learned about their pups, physical characteristics, foods, and habitat. After I wrote, people say foxes are a threat.
Oh, okay. So you told them kind of a review of what they've learned so far, and then you're going to write now some lessons that they've learned. For example,
No,
like
the lessons that they're gonna learn.
well, it's a conclusion, so they've already read your book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So are they going to learn the lesson, or have they already learned it?
This is a message.
A message for the reader.
Yes.
Okay. But have you talked about this in the book? Okay, so you're just putting an extra fact? Okay, should we focus on putting new information in the conclusion?
Yes.
Yeah? What did we talk about in the lesson? The conclusion is a review of what they've already learned, right? And a short lesson for the reader, right? Something that they can come out knowing.
But this is the lesson. This is what I'm putting in after I'm gonna write that they should stop shooting foxes.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what you're going to add as a lesson?
We have learned about rabbits and their other breed packs, habitat, diet, baby, physical characteristics. Hope you liked the chapters. Don't forget, don't kill rabbits, because if they don't hurt you, you don't hurt them.
Okay, so you included a little bit of a review of the book, and then the last sentence?
The last sentence was that to not forget to not kill them, because if they don't hurt you, then you don't have to hurt them.
Okay, so a little message for the reader.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you then draw your picture?
Okay.
And it's good. Good job. Can you read me your conclusion?
Hello, readers. You are going to learn more about lions. If you know a full-grown lion can eat as much as 75 from 54 kilograms.
Okay, so you wrote in your conclusion, you will learn. But does the conclusion go at the beginning or at the end?
At the end?
At the end. So will they learn that at the end?
Oh no!
Oh. Okay, so they've already learned that. What else? The conclusion says, all about writers add a conclusion that reminds readers of all the great learning they did. So you've written one fact. Why don't you write a sentence in general terms of all the great learning they did?
Okay.
Can you think of something that you can add? Yeah, should I come back?
I'm going to look for my other. This is not my book, but it is something that can help me.
Okay. Well, how can that help you?
Because I have some facts that I could add.
Okay. So maybe instead of adding facts, you can write the categories that you talked about. right? Because they already read the facts in the book. We don't want to repeat the same facts. We want to remind them of the things that they learned. Okay, so start by correcting this part. It says you're going to learn.
They eat, they have a home, they look like something, they have babies, they have interesting facts. They are like us. They respect other hippos just like us. That's why we should care, love, and even protect and help hippos. Let's tell people to care, love, protect, and help hippos for their lives, for the time that they will live, for our whole entire life, for the rest of the time of our life. To the end.
Very good. So you reminded readers of what they learned, right? And you also gave a suggestion, right? Just like we did. Very good. And you're drawing a really nice picture. Let's see. Good job.